Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're heading to the ancient Greece and we have a very special guest, the mighty god Zeus. He wanted to tell his and his family's story today. And now, please welcome.
Hello, my little mundanes. Because you all know it wrong, I came here to teach you the truth of our story. Once upon a time, my dad was still alive. Because he dethroned his own father and my granddad, of course, Uranus, he was afraid that his children would defeat him. Of course, I would, because I still am the one who deserves the throne. This is why he swallowed all of my siblings, all five of them except me. Because I was the most powerful, even when I first got out from my mom's stomach. I was glowing in such a blinding light that even my own mother couldn't look at me for some time. This was when my mom understood that I would be the mighty ruler of the universe and hid me from Kronos to let me bring justice. All of this show that
That's enough for your bullshit. You are definitely not the ruler of the universe. A ruler can't be a liar. The only thing you do is to brag. Humans must learn the truth from the honest goddess. That's why I needed to interfere. So, what my father was trying to say is that my grandma hid him not because he was this celestial being, but because she was pissed that her husband ate their children. You know, my aunts and uncles were immortal, so they didn't die when Kronos swallowed them, and they grew up in his stomach. When my father got old enough, he tricked Kronos into drinking a special mixture of wine and mustard, so he vomited my aunts and uncles. Then my father cooperated with his rage siblings and Cyclops to battle Kronos. At the end, they defeated him, cut him into millions of pieces, and threw them into the depths of Tartarus. Because my father was the one who defeated Kronos, they made such a mistake to choose my father as the next leader. Now, you may wonder how did me and my siblings survive with such an arrogant father?
speak for yourself, Athena, my little miserable daughter. Not for your siblings. Also, they are not technically your siblings. You are just a product of my glorious brain, not anything else.
So as you can see guys, they can't even pass 1 minute without fighting with each other. So now that their names came up, I wanted to come in instead of letting them continue what they do. So here is the rest of the story. As for the other 10 Olympians, Poseidon, Hades, Demeter, and Hera were the other siblings of Zeus, along with Hecate. After the battle with Titans, Poseidon took the seas and oceans, Zeus took the sky and lightning, and Hades was left with the underworld. Zeus wedded Hera and crowned her as the queen of Olympus. Demeter, because she was fond of the humans, took nature to be close to them. As for the other 8 Olympians, Aphrodite was born from the genitals of Uranus that fell down into the oceans when Kronos cut him to his pieces. Ares and Hephaestus are the children of Hera and Zeus. Artemis and Apollo are the twins of the deity Leto and Zeus. Athena was born from the skull of Zeus. Hermes is the child of Zeus and the daughter of the Titan Atlas. Maia, and Dionysus the twice-born, is the son of Zeus.
How were the men created?
Men were created by the Titan Prometheus, who is really important Titan and did not participate in the war. Prometheus is also one of the two Titans that weren't sent into Tartarus. Prometheus created man out of the world, and Athena breathed life into his creation. Epimetheus was another Titan that had given different qualities to all of the living creatures on Earth. But because he had already given all of the good skills to other creatures, there was nothing left for man. So Prometheus, given that his favorite creations were humans, gave them fire, made them stand upright. Zeus then got angry because he didn't like men very much. So Zeus wanted men to give animals as sacrifices. Prometheus tricked Zeus, and Zeus took away the fire. But Prometheus tricked him again, stole the fire, and gave it back to humans. And for this, Zeus punished them both, chained Prometheus, and sent Pandora, the first woman, to Earth.
Greeks' life was all about religion. They believed that everything in their lives were determined by the gods. So they did everything they did, including innovations to honor the gods, partly because they were afraid of them and partly to serve them.
The Greeks made many contributions to the Western civilization, and we even use them today. If we try to mention them, it would take hours, so we will present their most important contributions in 5 domains: politics, arts, medicine, technology, sports, and weapons that are used in war. As for politics, maybe you know or maybe don't, but the Greeks were famous with their democracy. The first act of democracy that Greeks made can be traced back to Athens, which was both then and now the capital of Greece, and the goddess Athena was the symbol or the Parthenon of Athens. She even has a temple there, and that temple is so famous that every year many tourists go there to see it. As for arts, the Greeks were famous with their theaters. They were the ones who invented the theater culture we have right now. The drama plays they wrote were such a big part of their lives and culture that they had a theater god, Dionysus. As for medicine, Hippocrates was the first scientist to make many new inventions in the domain of applied medicine, and the doctors today make an oath named after him. There was, of course, a medicine god, Hermes, and the symbol of Hermes, which his name is Caduceus, a winged staff intertwined with 2 snakes, is still used as the symbol of medicine today. They also made many contributions to the field of technology. For example, the winch and the watermill were all invented by the Greeks. This is not a surprise, of course, but they also have an inventor god, Hephaestus, which is the god of metalwork and fire. As in sports, they made a huge contribution, as the Olympic Games concept was also invented by the Greeks. Yes, the first Olympic Games in history was held in Athens, in the name of the king of the gods, Zeus. The Greeks were also very good at the wars they fought, because the first cannon and catapult, which are widely used in the First World War, were also found by them. They have a war god too, Ares. Is it surprising? No, I guess. So as you can see, they dedicated those contributions they made to their gods and goddesses. So they basically believed that every good thing in their lives were represented by a god or goddess.